Hello and welcome to Education Today. I'm Jonathan Zish, School and Community Relations Coordinator for the Armstrong School District. First, I'd like to thank everyone at WIUP-TV for airing this broadcast. Today we're going to see a lighthearted and informative approach to the annual state PSSA exam that students take every April. A team of 5 Katanning Senior High School students made an 11-minute video that gives creative advice to their classmates about the state exams. The video's main character is senior Anna Mercurio, who experiences an otherworldly leap into the pages of the state exam. You'll see Anna walk past imposing, bigger-than-life test questions, but just in time, a sage, played by senior Nick Miller, arrives to give advice on how to tackle each problem. The video also surveys Katanning Senior High School students' perceptions of the state exam. School guidance counselor John Kohlberg debunks common myths about the test. So let's please roll the student-produced video.
Well, I heard if you don't get a passing grade on these things, then you have to change your schedule for next year. Yeah, right. What can they do? This is such a waste of time.
I'll just go through and fill in thoughts.
I heard that if we don't do all these, they won't let us graduate.
They can't do that. Teachers just tell you that stuff. There's no way they can stop you from graduating.
It's time to play Fact or Fiction. What do you know about the PSSA? Fact or Fiction. Your class schedule for the following year will be affected by your PSSA performance.
Fiction. Fiction. Fact.
Fiction.
Fiction. Fiction.
Fact. Fiction.
Mr. Kohlberg, tell us the answer, please.
That's actually true. There are some schools that have taken and offered remedial level classes locally. West Shamokin has done that. So what could occur, you may have an elective that you really like, really want to take, but have to lose it in your schedule because you need to take remedial math. At this point, however, we haven't put it in the curriculum, but it could occur.
Fact or Fiction. Your PSSA scores will affect your entry into college.
Fiction.
Fact. Fact. Fact.
Located over.
Fact. Fiction. Fiction. Fact. Fact.
Take it away, Mr. Kohlberg.
Now this one could be fact or fiction. This one's kind of difficult to answer. Presently, the state of Pennsylvania is requiring high schools to put the PSSA scores on a student's transcript. However, colleges right now are not asking for those scores. But since they are an official part of the transcript, in the future, the colleges may say, we want those scores as well.
Fact or Fiction. Your class's performance in the PSSA will affect the receiving of grant money for your school.
Fact. Fact.
Fiction.
Fact.
Fiction.
Fiction. Fact. Fiction.
Mr. Kohlberg, it's all you.
That's actually fact. There are incentive monies offered by the Pennsylvania Department of Education to high schools that improve their scores significantly over 1 year from the next. We received one of those incentive grants, I believe it was 2 years ago. So money is there, kind of on a global nature for schools to look at and try and obtain by overall improving a class's score.
Thank you for playing Fact or Fiction. And now, back to your irregularly scheduled daydreaming.
Okay, class,
ready, 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 ready. Stop! Are you ready?
Oh my gosh, where am I? Oh my gosh, what is this? Where am I? Somebody help me!
Calm down. You're inside of the PSSA test.
The PSSA test?
Yes, it's not that...
What?
It's not that scary. You're more prepared for it than you think you are. There's only 4 things that you really need to know. And the first of them is on the math multiple choice.
The math multiple choice. What do I need to know?
Well, first, you need to read the question completely.
Okay.
And then after you do that, you answer the question in your mind.
Okay.
Then, read through all the choices carefully. And finally, choose the answer that best fits.
Okay, so I just pick the answer I think is right.
That's right, and that's all you need to know for that part.
Oh, so where are we now?
We're in the math open-ended section of the test.
The math open-ended section.
Right. And
So what do I do here?
well, there's 4 steps, and they're almost identical to the first set.
Okay.
First, you read the question completely.
I read the question completely. That seems simple enough.
Right. And next, you work out the problem on paper.
On paper.
And you have to remember, don't skip any of the steps.
Okay.
Then, you need to complete a written response about, number 1, what you did in the problem,
What I did in the problem.
and number 2, why you did it that way.
So all I need to do is rewrite why I solved the equation the way I did.
That's right. But if it will help you, you're allowed to draw a picture or a graph to help.
Will I get any extra points for drawing a graph?
Yes, actually, even if you have no idea how to do the problem, you can try it anyways and explain it. And if you use a graph to help you, you will get some credit, even if you're incorrect.
So even if I don't know what I'm doing and I get the wrong answer, I'll still get some credit because I at least tried it?
Exactly.
Oh wow, what section's this? This doesn't look like math.
Well, that's because we're in the reading multiple choice
The
section.
reading multiple choice section.
That's right. And there's a few steps you need to know in order to do this section well.
Okay.
And the first is you look over all the questions before you begin to read the story.
I just look over all the questions and read them.
And next, you begin to read the story, and you mark any of the portions of the story that answers any one of the multiple choice questions.
Okay. So I keep track of what I'm doing.
Yep. And then, to help concentrate on the story, ask yourself questions to better your understanding of the story.
Okay, so I just ask myself questions.
Right. And remember, it's okay to read the text more than once.
Okay.
And so then, finally, you read and you answer all the questions.
You know, I'm really starting to get the hang of all this.
Well, I told you in the beginning, you're more prepared than you thought you were.
You know, I guess you're right.
Well, we've reached the last section of the test, and this is the essay portion.
I've seen these before. We've practiced them in English.
Right, and they're really easy if you follow a couple of easy steps. First, you need to read the prompt.
I read the prompt.
And after you do that, brainstorm your ideas and organize your thoughts on paper. If you plan your response before you write it, it usually saves time for you.
Well, that's a good thing to save time.
And after you've done that, you write your paper. And remember to hit all the main points of the prompt in your paper.
Okay, well, I'll hit all the main points.
And finally, proofread your paper for grammar and convention mistakes.
That seems simple enough.
Anna, are you ready?
I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. Woo! Woo! I am now. Remember, it's important to get a good night's sleep.
Eat a healthy breakfast.
Walk into the test with a good attitude.
Shuffle through your wardrobe and find something comfortable to wear.
confidence in yourself, and remember, you can do it.
Amazing stuff! As you saw, a team of 5 students in Ed Bauer's TV production class at Katanning Senior High School made the video. In addition to Anna Mercurio, the other students who filmed, edited, and produced the video were Veronica Bagoli, Kristen Daisley, Bethany Arrow, and Greta Story. Katanning Senior High School Principal Jim Rummel plans to show the video to small groups of 11th grade students just before the test is given during the first 2 weeks of April. The state exam is called the PSSA, or Pennsylvania System of School Assessments. School performance on the state exams plays a big role in whether a school complies with the federal demands of the No Child Left Behind education law. This April, the exams will be given in math and reading to students in grades 3, 5, 8, and 11. The state tentatively plans to publicize school-by-school test results August 22nd. This video short is so good that other elementary and secondary principals in the Armstrong School District have expressed a keen interest in showing the video to their respective students. And what did it take to make this monumental video? A lot of hard work. Let's meet the outstanding students who assembled this masterpiece.
Well, it was really complicated and hard. They gave us a sample to work off of to possibly give us ideas and things like that. And it was interesting, not exactly fun, but we got an idea. We thought of Jaws because the whole test is so overwhelming. So we thought of like a shark coming up and attacking, and it just grew from there. We completely went away from the Jaws thing, but we do have, you noticed, Nick says ready, 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 and we're using the Jaws music for that. But basically it just grew from there, and it was such a fun thing. We figured out that we could use a green screen, and we just went with it, whatever felt best for us.
When we started putting it all together, we thought, you know, it was fun in the things that we learned about it. I mean, even when I was sitting in other classes, I would hear people say, because the juniors took the test, I would hear people say, the PSSAs, those tests were worthless. And because I was making this video, I could tell them that, no, it does have an effect on your college and your scores. And so I was able to tell them, so I was informed whenever I was making it. So we were hoping that other people will be informed with it also.
Whenever we went back and had to do like putting the different clips together, it came from like different parts, and like we had the students talking in the background, and then when we went to put it together, you could hear where it stopped and then where it started again. And so we went back and we took a like excerpt of like one of the classroom like noises, the background noise, and put it in and kept using it over and over again. And one of the girls on it, you could just hear her say the same thing over and over again. And then we happened to find on like one of our sound CDs or whatever that there was classroom noise, and we went back and erased all that background noise from the classroom and actually put in like some people talking that wasn't so defined. And I don't know, we learned how to use the lighting and stuff too to make it not look so dark on everybody's faces and stuff.
Sometimes we run into a lot of problems because our personalities clash, I think, and we think different ways about what music we would like to choose, and it takes us a long time to make decisions once we start debating about over them, then we finally make a decision and decide what's best for, or make a majority vote.
We started sitting down and we started brainstorming different ideas and different ways that we could portray the video the way that we wanted to do it, since it was our own project. We had, free reign on whatever we could do. And we were sitting down and we picked out like the different things that we wanted to do, like the first part, the fact or fiction, because that was parts that we didn't actually know the answers to. The questions we came up with, we didn't really know the answers to until we had to ask. And we figured if we didn't know the answers, then surely other people taking the test wouldn't know the answers either.
And I think one of the best things about it is for students and it's made by students. And because of that, it's made by students with kind of an attitude and approach to as what will these kids like, and rather than somebody like me, older, trying to figure that out, these kids have a better idea on what would grab the attention of their listening audience, their viewing audience, and also it's not only then entertaining, but it's also educational for them. And I think because it was done by students for students, it has a much better impact. At least we hope it will have a much better impact.
Yeah, at the beginning of the school year, under the leadership of Dr. Carr, superintendent, and our assistant superintendents, Dr. Garitano and Dr. Gagini, we were instructed by schools to come up with an improvement plan. And one of the main focuses of this plan is how we're going to improve PSSA scores. So a considerable amount of time was spent with staff talking about different ideas to how to do this. My past school district I was at was Cambria Heights School District. 2 years ago, they came up with a video that was very effective. And what they did is promoted the video, told the students what the test was all about, and from talking to staff, we thought that would be a good idea. So I approached Mr. Bauer. We have our TV production course here at the school where we have 5 students at work and do different things, and I thought they'd be up for the task.
The PSSA video developed by the Katanning Senior High students and advisor Mr. Bauer has taken us to a new level of awareness, because we truly believe that we want to showcase what's best in our district. And to get students on board, it was important to have a student-produced video or an incentive so the students can know how important the test is to not only them but also the district as a whole. And I believe that the video certainly does a very nice job of encouraging the students to do well, not only during the test but also throughout the year as they prepare for the test.
I know Mr. Kalmanos at the middle school plans on using it. We thought because of the familiarity of the kids know our kids as well, so it had a nice impact on them. I know Ford City has talked to me about getting a copy and doing one of their own, okay, sort of a friendly competition type thing, so to keep things going in a friendly stature, because we're all in this together. We want to improve the district as a whole, keep our scores up.
I believe the video certainly shows there's a nice return on investment regarding what we've put into place with what I call satellite programs in the buildings, where the students work with a teacher and then have the opportunity to use the studio equipment to produce such a video. I think is absolutely great. I think it certainly gets students involved. It addresses a need for the students, and it allows the students to explore different opportunities that they may want to continue with after high school.
Please join us again next week for another look at the Armstrong School District and how we are on the move, working with the community for you and your children. Until next time, have a safe and enjoyable week.
support the core reading and math curriculum, teachers received extensive training on the Plato learning systems, which included full-day sessions as well as building-level support utilizing technology mentors. Through the Plato learning systems, teachers created specific learning pathways for students to maximize learning opportunities and began to analyze ongoing assessment information to make instructional decisions to ensure student success.
Hello, I'm John Zish, one of the hosts of Education Today. Here's a look at what we have coming up in our next batch of shows. The week of March 21st, we'll look at the very high-tech Penn State Electro-Optics Center, which got its start in 1999 in the West Hills Industrial Park along Route 422. The week of March 28th, we'll look at the new face of physical education with Katanning area middle school teacher Lisa Heilman. Phys ed is not just about sports anymore. In some cases, students are reading and writing in gym class. The week of April 4th, we'll talk with two Ford City High School teachers who have spent a few Saturday mornings preparing high school students for the new SAT. Students from television production classes at West Shamokin and Elverton High Schools will be our film crew for these 4 shows. For details, keep an eye on the community marquee at WIUP-TV, Channel 20 Adelphia, which carries our program. You can also check the Armstrong School District website at www.asd.k12.pa.us for updates. Until next time, have a safe and enjoyable week.